The opposition leader also picked up on the increase in net migration. Isn't it the time to back efforts to try and build more housing? Should the coalition have a rethink on the government's Housing Future Fund?
Well, let me say that the government's done many things in this budget that is inflationary. They're adding taxes to truckies. We've talked about the failure to have a fiscal policy that's putting downward pressure on prices. Energy policy, prices are going up, not down, no matter how the government tries to spin it. And of course, the point you were just making is we've got migration added in the budget of 1.5 million people without a plan. So we all want to see a successful continuation of our successful immigration. That has been true for Australia for a long, long time, of course. And it's been hugely enriching for the country. But it doesn't work without an appropriate plan, without the right management. And housing is one part of that, infrastructure is part of it, services is part of it, working with the states. That's why I, as Cities Minister, drove the first of the city deals across Australia, including where the Western Sydney Airport is now. This is all about making sure you have managed migration. Now, there's no plan for that in this budget. There's no plan for that in this budget. And the result of that is it is likely to be inflationary. It is likely to result in a situation where our communities are underserved, they haven't got the infrastructure they need. And I can tell you that causes enormous pain, Kieran. It is the wrong answer for Australia if that's where we end up, but that seems to me to be where the plans are going.
But isn't it disingenuous for the opposition to target this issue given when in government your forecasts were for a higher population sooner? Well,
you know, we never saw this level of migration when we were in government. This is higher, so let's be clear about that. But the bigger issue is this. It's not about the number, it's about the unmanaged nature of it. And that's the key. That is the key. If you don't have the appropriate complementary initiatives and plans, then you don't get a good outcome. You know, people across Australia accept levels of migration that we've seen if they believe that there is the appropriate complementary initiatives around infrastructure, around services, around housing. I mean, Labor's housing policy will make almost no relevant contribution to the numbers required here of houses over the coming years. It's tiny, and the whole program is a Ponzi scheme, which frankly is not going to deliver what is needed to deal with this issue. So we need a proper plan, a managed approach to immigration. That is not what was offered in this budget.